our not so bride, but she is going to be my model today. I'm going to be using the Morphe James Charles palette. I already chose a bridal look for her. She's going to be wearing a light pink dress for a wedding as a guest that we are going to be attending. So I went ahead and primed her eyes already. So I'm going to go ahead and use a face primer. It's the NYX Professional Makeup Shine Killer for Prebase and Extra Primer. I need to go ahead and apply that to her. One moment. So I went ahead and the color I'm going to go ahead and be using for her transition shade is going to be the color Tune from the palette. This little, like a little beige, little bit yellow. Go ahead and use that for the transition shade in the area of the crease. Okay guys, so I'm going to go ahead and apply that color. Even though she has a little of darker skin, it would not show on her skin type, but we're going to go ahead and still apply that color to her transition area. So the other colors that I'm going to be applying will apply a little bit smoother. So, okay, I'll check back in with you guys in one moment after I finish transitioning her lid. Okay, so the next color I'm going to go ahead and take is the color Code James, which is like a peachy orangey color, and go ahead and apply that to her crease. If you are going to apply on the crease, make sure you do it a little bit on top of the upper crease, because we are going to be applying more colors on the lower crease area. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply that for her now. I would recommend you, these colors are very pigmented, so I recommend you to just give it 2 dabs and build it up as the intensity you want to, because if you do over dab it, it's going to be too pigmented, and then it's going to be a little bit difficult to bring it down. So I recommend you always to get a little bit and start building it up to the color that you want to, intensify it into the color that you want. Okay, so give me one moment while I go ahead and complete the transition shade. Not transition shade, I'm sorry. The crease eyeshadow. So now you're going to take the same color and go ahead and apply it to the other side. I always try to do it in small circular motions in the crease area. So go moving it out. Always start on the outer corner and then work yourself in the inner crease, because sometimes if you end up accidentally putting extra eyeshadow on the brush, you don't want to start in the inner crease, because you're going to have that intense color in that inner crease, which would make your eyes look smaller. So always start in the outer crease and work your way in small circular motions, and go ahead and start getting more shadows, eyeshadow. So I'll go ahead and grab some more Code James and continue to apply that to the intensity of your liking. Okay, so the next color I'm going to be using, I'm sorry you guys, I'm very nervous. I'm going to be using the color Skip. I'm gonna also dab, like I said before, dab a little bit. Oh my God. It is an intense color, so we're gonna go ahead and apply that also on the crease, but a little bit lower than the Code James that we applied ahead. Also apply that in small circular motion. And work that into the crease as well. Okay, I forgot to show you guys the brush that I use for the transition shade. It is a blending brush, but it's a little bit shorter, so it is a little bit more denser and easier to apply the transition shade. and the one that I used for Cole James and also for Skip was also a blending brush, but with a longer length, to go ahead and apply it a little bit more smoother. Okay, so the next brush that I'm going to be applying is a little more of a square brush that I'm going to be applying the next color that I'm going to apply. So right now the color I'm gonna go ahead and use is the color Love That, and also go ahead and apply that on the lower crease, also on the crease, but a little bit right under Skip. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply that there, but I'm not gonna go the whole way across. I'm just gonna apply it only to the center and to the lower lash angle, if you see it, in smaller circular motions as well, and then into a little bit to the bottom. Okay, so go ahead and grab some more Skip That. At least that's what I'm gonna go ahead and grab some more eyeshadow to put it a little bit more intense to my liking and also the model's liking. But you can go ahead and intensify till, you know, as much as the color that you want to go ahead and choose. And I'm gonna go ahead and also do it on the other eye and go ahead and check back in with you guys. So I went ahead and applied that color, which it is called Love That. But when I applied it to her lid, which was this one, I noticed that I wanted to make a little bit of a darker look. So I grabbed the color Boutique and also applied that a little bit on top of Love That to make it a little bit of a darker finish, to make a little bit of a contrast. Because the next step, what I'm going to go ahead and do, I'm going to go ahead and do a cut crease on her with a kind of a goldish look to apply on there. So I'm going to go ahead and finish and apply it to the other eye, but that is the finished look with a little bit of a darker outside lid, a little bit to the bottom corner lid to the crease itself. So now what I'm going to go ahead and do, I'm going to go ahead and do a cut crease on her with the Tarte Shape and Take concealer, contour concealer. So I'm going to go ahead and apply that on the model's hand, because I've been trying out eyeshadows on my hand, and go ahead and apply that to go ahead and perform the cut crease on her lid. So I'm going to go ahead and take the little flat brush and make sure the model does not move, does not flinch, trying to go ahead and do the cut crease. Always trying to do it by tapping on there. So I went ahead and applied the concealer and her cut crease. So I'm going to go ahead and get the colors, both gold tones, So Good and Wig. Go ahead and get both of those colors and apply it to those here on the cut crease area. So what I'm going to go ahead and do, I'm going to grab, give me one moment, I'm going to go ahead and grab a setting spray and apply that. So give me one moment and apply that to the brush. If you use a setting spray, it makes the shimmers look a lot nicer. So I'm going to go ahead, by applying that setting spray, I'm going to go ahead and get the color So Good and Wig again. And now apply that. I know, it's a nice name. And go ahead, bear with me you guys, give me one moment. So I'm going to go ahead and grab both of those colors and apply that to the cut crease area. Give it a gold tone. Go ahead and continue to apply that here. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and apply that to the other lid now. So what I'm gonna go ahead and apply next is the MAC Studio Fix Foundation in the color 30 for her. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab a damped beauty blender and go ahead and start dabbing that on. With the damp beauty blender, I'm gonna go ahead and apply that to her face. Okay, and once I went ahead and applied this, I'll go ahead and check back in with you guys. So in regards to the inner corner highlight and the lower eye, I like to apply it after the foundation. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the color Ring Light from the palette and go ahead and apply that in the inner corner to give it a nice definition of the eye. Go ahead and pack it on there. I'm a person that loves inner corner highlight. It makes your look nicer. Go ahead and apply that on there. Take the color Boutique again and go ahead and apply that to the bottom lash, very close to the lash line, and I'm only gonna go halfway, waterline. And I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that it blends up with the crease color, the one that we used there. So go ahead and lift your eye for me, please, and go ahead and apply that there, only to halfway. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that to the other eye. So this is the final look. I did some things off camera, her eyebrows, mascara, contour, and her new lip. She was very happy with her makeup. So I hope you can recreate this look that I made with the James Charles palette. And feel free to like and subscribe. It would be a little of this purple and a little bit of darker purple, which the names are Single and Escape. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply both of those colors a little bit right under in that. It is Escape and Single model. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and take a little bit of. Go ahead. I don't know what my cameraman finds so funny, you guys. So bear with me give me one moment. I'll go ahead and go check back in with you guys. Show you a little bit of the cut crease itself. Don't let your model open. You gotta chill, breathe. You see when you just have a model that does that to you. But the good thing is that she's related to you. You can choke her a little bit. I'm just kidding. But I guess I have to fix that. So bear with me one moment, you guys. Go ahead. So I'm going to go ahead and take the same color Boutique that I was. And I'm going to go ahead and apply that on her bottom lid. If it wants to come out.
That's what she said.
Go ahead. So what I'm gonna go ahead and apply next is the MAC Studio Fix Foundation in the color 30 for her. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab a damped beauty blender and go ahead and start dabbing that on her face.
Girl, first of all,
let me take off the.
Let's open it.
Let's take off the security lid. What is that?
You're slow. She has a little bit of issues, so that's just like, I'm just kidding.
It's late, you guys. It's 10 o'clock at night.
It's 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock, you guys. Been up very early.